With that single hit, the chances of New South Wales winning Game 1 went straight out the window. Down to 12 men for over 70 minutes, there was no chance that they could come back. Or could they? Well, in this video, we're going to take a look at how Queensland rammed home their advantage and just why New South Wales' attack spluttered when it mattered most. By now, we're all aware that Joe Suaalii tried to rearrange Reece Walsh's face and got himself sent off. Alongside the dismissal of Craig Greenhill in 1996 for his hit on Paul Harrigan, it's probably the worst send-off in Origin history. Presented with an undermanned defensive line, Queensland wasted absolutely no time in pressing home their advantage. They were calm, patient, and took their opportunities when they presented themselves. And it's something that a lot of teams actually fail to do when they have that extra man advantage. And sure, most of the time in the NRL, it's for a 10-minute period due to a sin bin. Quite often you see sides try to play around teams rather than going through them, then looking to the edges, isolating defenders, and generating the overlap that's always there. But this is what Queensland did perfectly in the first half. On both occasions when they scored their tries following Ben Hunt's opener, they looked to play through New South Wales with Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow then supporting on the inside to just simply add the icing. So let's look at this now. On the first occasion, Dearden straightens and lines Jaden Sewer up between Nicho Hynes and Liam Martin. Neither of those Blues defenders can affect the tackle properly, with both going low and failing to lock the ball up. Cobbo finds himself with the ball, and again Lomax can't wrap the ball up, and so he finds an offload to Murray Taulagi, who then executes a simple drawn pass with the hammer screaming home. Let's quickly go back to Dearden's pass. He has a lot of room to run when he gets the ball, and the fact he has an extra man could have seen him simply try to go around New South Wales. But if he did, the Blues' defence would have been able to slide and cover the ball. By straightening and playing up the line, the New South Wales defence was unable to number up properly. On the second occasion, it was Dearden again. This time he's got the ball closer to the middle of the field and he skips across a couple of defenders and targets Liam Martin's outside shoulder. This draws in Hynes before he sends Cobbo away, who steamrolls Lomax and finds the hammer backing up. Again, Dearden had the opportunity to spread the ball earlier, but he held it to ensure he created the space for his outside men, from which they could execute the overlap. Over to the Blues, and they had plenty of opportunity to score more than the 2 tries they did from kicks, given the weight of possession they had on the Queensland line. However, their attacking shape and structure very rarely put the Maroons under serious threat. In fact, it was often New South Wales further away from the Queensland line where they actually looked their most dangerous. New South Wales dominated the middle of the field for large chunks of the game, and they were able to roll upfield pretty easily, but then they failed to capitalise on it. And the way they look to move the ball is a big part of this. Just what do I mean by that? Well, even with Fittler gone, they're still trying to play this style of Panthers-like rugby league, using Isa Yeo as the link man in the middle. Penrith do this with speed and precision because they've had years to develop this type of attacking structure. But at Origin level, the Blues are not afforded the time and space needed to pull this type of move off, and nor do they know each other well enough to do it whilst under fatigue. If we look here late in the game with the Blues on the attack, Yeo is close to the ruck and playing as first receiver to tip onto Luai, who tips onto Angus Crichton. Down a man, they aren't going to put the Maroons under any stress. Next play, Yeo is again at first receiver, but at least this time he digs into the line to try and create space. Another play, and Yeo again is at first receiver to shovel the ball for a hit-up. On the occasions they went to the Queensland right, Daly Cherry Evans read the play and was up on Yeo's outside to prevent the pass going wider. It should have been noticed by Yeo, but it wasn't. A couple of minutes later, and Yeo again is the ball player, and this time Cherry Evans telegraphs the pass to perfection and plucks the intercept to all but kill the game. New South Wales needs to get away from this passive passing game that they've fallen into. They have looked at their best playing fast and straight.